Hi, my gorgeous goddesses rising. Welcome to my channel, Pretty Pink Soul Movement, and I'm Michelle Cool. And today I'm like super duper uber excited to be doing this video slash reading for you. Just kind of hit me. I was driving home and I thought, yes, I get to do a video today. The energy feels right. So on that topic, you're probably noticing that you're feeling things more. You are making decisions through feeling instead of thinking. So while we're adjusting to like higher consciousness and the divine feminine energy, and if you're not noticing this already, you will soon. You might notice it now, but it's coming from within you. It's coming from your heart space. It's coming from a place of knowing, of worth, of confidence. You're tapping into more of who you are, who you came here to be. So this is kind of massive energy, and I know it feels like, or it could feel like, you're coming from a time of nothingness. It's this massive void, right? We're in that cocoon space. We're in that I know there needs to be more, or there is more for me, but it's not appearing to me right now. So there's despair. There's hope, there's despair, there's hope, there's despair, there's hope. And we seem to be residing more in the despair. Now, as we're coming out of this, we're starting to feel excitement again, which is generating our hope. And just know that, we've got the cycles for the seasons. I know in the southern hemisphere, we're, in summer, and usually that's a time of you want to go out more, you want to do things more, but it's flipped. It's the opposite. It's like the northern hemisphere at the moment energy. It's just like in the cocoon, hibernating, still we're reflecting, because there's a cycle that, there's cycles within cycles within cycles. It's so complicated, right? And even though the universe doesn't really abide by this, 365 days in a year cycle, we're about to head into the next year. It is in this case. Normally it doesn't. It's like, it's just a date. It has no meaning to spirituality and stuff like that. But we've obviously, as humans, we've given it meaning. And so it's like there's a goddess cycle, right? Which we're starting now, basically, which is taking us into the new year, and we're being rebirthed now. So if you still feel called to hide in your lady cave, and this goes for guys as well, obviously we're both masculine, feminine energy, and the men their feminine energy is rising as well. So, but if you feel called to hide out a little bit more, reflect a lot more, keep away from people, keep away from even the Christmas activities, and please do so. If this message is for you, then the universe will show you signs. It will, probably make you sick before you have to head to an event. You'll feel within you, is this right for me? Should I be going here, doing that, wasting my money on this? Like, it's just this reflective feeling energy, and you're going to know within yourself, this is right, this is wrong for me, or this is just, it doesn't sit right. So notice those feelings that come up for you, and what sits right with you and what doesn't sit right. So yeah, we're in that kind of cycle now. It's like, it's a beautiful goddess energy cycle, generating, this feeling of excitement, like something's going to happen, but you don't know what. Now that gets extinguished quite easily, doesn't it? If something doesn't happen. Here we go. We've got the mind card, ingrained trauma. And this is based on cycles of the past. So your perception of who you used to be, this is what's falling away. Of who you thought you should be, perhaps when you were a child. It's this pressure, not in a good way, like expansive way, like, wow, I can do anything I want, not like that kind of way. It's something that died within you when you were younger, when perhaps the first time you found out that it's almost like reality kicked your butt, or a parent or a teacher or, a school friend, they've said something and it smacked reality in your face, and you've carried that repetitive story with you. I can never get what I want. I don't deserve good things. Life isn't meant to be easy. It's just all these stories that we tell ourselves and we hold on to. That's going to come up in your mind. So notice what comes up for you, and please just make sure you write it down, because you need to be aware of this. You know, it's ingrained trauma that's stuck in your head, from other people's. That's not your belief anymore. So once you notice it and go, oh crap, that's coming up for me. I'm remembering a time when I was in year 2 and the most popular / bitchy girl told me I had fat feet, and that stuck with me for the, you know, it could be something like that, but it's stuck within you. Like, you perhaps subconsciously look at your feet and go, oh, my feet are fat, or, you know, whatever it is for you. Perhaps you've grown up in a household where money was tight, so you've carried those beliefs with you. Sometimes it could go either way, right? You can have that intention within you to say, I'm never going to be ever put in that position, and then you're like literally holding too tightly onto your money. You're in lockdown, you've got lots of money, but you're not enjoying your life. Or alternatively, sometimes you go the other way and you can, you know, spend money in different areas, and you tell yourself this story, oh, money just keeps coming out of my bank account, but you're not really looking at the real reason as to why. You're not assessing the actual reason that you're losing the money. Like, you lie to yourself, you tell yourself this story, it's not me, it's not this, it's not that, it's where are you allocating your funds? Do you buy too much takeout? So then you say, oh, I can't afford nice clothes. You know, it's just things like that. So it's these stories that we tell ourselves that just aren't for us anymore, and they inhibit us from moving forward into the life that we want and the life that we actually deserve. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, we've got, yeah. So people are feeling a bit confused. And this is, I'm hearing it's a good thing. You're stuck in your head a bit. It's like, look at this, it's just the mind. The mind is really hip and happening right now. And your soul wants freedom, but your mind wants this control. Right? Doesn't it always? Wants to control situations, wants to dictate the timing for things. Wants to push you into old habits and old beliefs and old circumstances and old ways of being. Say in relationships, if you're single, even friendships, right? You keep picking the same type of person. You perhaps jump from someone that's like nice and caring, but a bit wishy-washy, doesn't have that passion that you deserve, or that fun, or that spark, and then you'll jump to someone who's a bad boy, say, or bad girl, or someone that just, you know, is exciting, but is toxic, you know, and look at your cycle. So now's the time to break away from those cycles, or, you know, choosing the wrong type of jobs, or revisit your hobbies. I'm hearing the way in which you see your hobbies, how you view and how you value them, and what new ones do you want to adopt. So that might be something good for you to journal about, because that was a message I was getting before, when I like to channel before I do a video, because I get excited. I'm like, what messages you got for us? It's a lot to do with hobbies and focusing on, you know, what brings us joy more. Even if you can't go out to a place, I'm hearing a lot of you goddesses need to start, if you haven't already, learning more about shamanism, attending shamanism sessions, even if it's online, doing energy healing, Reiki, creating your own way of doing things. You don't have to do courses to learn, you know, YouTube videos and stuff, or find a teacher to teach you. Read books is the cheapest way, right? So they really want us to focus on, as soon as you can or on the weekend, where do you want to expand your spiritual presence? Because we're really being asked to graft more feminine energy in right now with this cycle. That's what I'm hearing. One of the biggest reasons why we're here, you know, we need to hold this goddess energy. We need to draw more down. Now, we can only do that when we're out of our mind, not out of our mind, but, you know, out of our mind space of that control, of that worry, of that confusion, and we're focusing on building our confidence in the area that we want to build, such as studying astrology, just picking up a book, buying a Reiki book, doing a course, buying some crystals, buying a crystal book. I want to learn about crystals. Is literally just picking something up or watching a video and learning about stuff, learning about spiritual stuff. You need to just pick one. If you get too overwhelmed, there's one thing that's on your mind right now that you know straight away, you're like, yep, I need to do that. Okay, I'll do that. Watch your energy change, because that's the only way we can draw down more higher vibrational energy, goddess energy. I don't know why they're saying it's dense, because obviously we associate light energy with like, okay, so doing these spiritual learning, we need to learn. It's about learning these new spiritual aspects, or learning more about aspects that we're interested in, is releasing the density. But there's something else. Carving through the density. Okay, it's the bridge between those worlds. Okay. They're just showing me like these weird images, and I'm trying to decipher it. It's hard because sometimes you hear, you know, I'm clairaudient, I hear, I feel a lot, you know, I can feel messages, and sometimes they show me pictures. It's just super random, but all happens for a reason, so it's hard to decipher sometimes. But I feel like there's something else that I'm missing. They just wanted us to hold for a moment with that peace. Nice little trick there. Can you feel the peace right now? Okay, so I'm feeling energy building right now. I'm sure you are too. Okay, that's the space that we're receiving clarity from, is doing that, like that space. It's that space where you're not needing an answer. You're not wanting for anything. You're not trying to, your mind's not trying to figure things out. Okay, so now I see it. All right, so that energy was dense before, and now it's just coming in as a swirl. It feels dense. The energy feels heavy, but it's purifying. And I'm just seeing it drawn down, and it's spiraling. So maybe that's perhaps something you need to visualize. Okay, visualize for the next 5 days. That's your homework. Okay, so do your research, do your study. However long you feel called to do that. And then to solidify it, your commitment to the universe, basically, visualize a spiral energy drawing down to you and circling in front of you, and any, sparks of colors coming off them, whatever colors that comes to you, see sparks of colors coming off you. Okay, this is very, wow. Okay, so this is how we draw down this energy. This is cool. Very cool. I love it. I love it. All right. What else? Oh my God, I feel like I could actually finish this video here and there. I might have to, because I forgot to delete some videos on my phone. But anyway, the universe will let me know when I need to stop. I just saw the moving forward card roll out. Presence of absent. Absent. I like that. See, again, I'm seeing a few things. It's that quiet time, and the feminine doesn't look very happy, right? And I'm obviously getting from this, she's missing someone. So this is like Christmas energy, right? Like, it's really can be such an unhappy time for people. This almost reminds me of me in a way, because at this time of year, I kind of try to pretend Christmas isn't happening, because people I love dearly have crossed over. So when you're left in the 3D world, it's hard, isn't it, to get that. So she's reflecting, but she's feeling pain. Feel the pain, but also connect with these people, you know, the energies, if anyone's crossed over, if you've experienced that. Like, you are being supported. I know you feel that. But it's okay to feel sad. You know, your loved ones want you to know it's okay to feel sad. And, you know, obviously they don't want you to miss them, but at the same time they love you, you know, for always thinking about them and caring about them still. You know, even though you know in your heart of hearts they're okay. You know, I'm sensing some people have lost a child and things like that, which is absolutely terrible. And at the Christmas time, you know, that it can be one of the hardest. Obviously, their birthdays or, you know, Mother's Day or Father's Day or whatever, like those special days, it's really hard on you. And they acknowledge that and they're always with you, you know. I'm just sensing like a hand on the back and a hand on the head, and just they're sending you love when you're sad or when you're thinking about them, and they love that you care so much. And you know, they know they can tell you not to worry, but you know, or be sad, but they know you are, because you know you miss them and they love you for it, you know, which is a really beautiful message. And everything is okay. They want you to know. Ooh. Voice, you are here to be known, so speak and be seen, everyone. Alrighty. Okay, so now, like a lot of you, and I know I've said it before, but why aren't you guys speaking up more? I'm just hearing you guys aren't speaking up enough. You know, you need to speak up more. There's a lot that you need to teach people. Most of you are channelers, so channel. Please channel, be it through writing or speaking or singing. You're channeling. There's messages that need to get out to the collective, and now's the time to start doing it. Wow, that energy's heavy. I'm hearing round 2. Okay, so one of the cycles were, okay, so anyone watching this that already does what I do, keep up the good work. If you need to go to your lady cave, please do, and hide out a bit. But there's some of you that need to do that, and there's others of you that need to speak out more, because let's say the first round of people, okay, I'll put myself in that first round. I only started my channel, was it over 2 years ago? Just over 2 years ago, something like that. Okay, and they're saying time's not an issue, but you know, is not related to the rounds. Okay, so say I'm round 1. Round 2 needs to step up now, which would be people that watch me that haven't attempted to do any public speaking or any of this work, or perhaps you need to start developing a workshop or something like that. So there's a batch of you that really you need to, it's time. Your guides are like, it's time now. You really need to start moving forward and making plans, and the time is now before the next cycle, please. So I'm seeing in this card, I think some of you are feeling heavy energy. It's like fear. It's like a crown chakra blockage. You're blocking yourself. No one else is blocking you. So find your way out of this darkness. And this is where this whole like learning something new is going to build your confidence. Like honestly, it's the only way to do it. You know, say for me, public speaking, the only way I've been able to do it is bite the bullet and just do it, because at the end of the day, no one is really judging you. No one is, some people do, but you know, it's part of being in the spotlight, right? But no one's grilling you and going, oh, she started, oh, this or that. But you will. If you watch it back, you'll be like, oh, I did this, or oh my God, what do I mean by that? People don't, it's just like when you read something, you're not reading the full, when you're scanning through a book, you're not reading all the words really, your brain is interpreting it. It's the same for public speaking. People hear, they're like lightly listening, and they miss bits, and then they hear something they really want to pick up on, and they're like, that's cool. That's all that people hear. They hear the good bits. So don't freak out. People aren't over-analyzing everything you say. And if they do, fuck them. Okay, so find your way out of the darkness, and the only way to build your confidence is through these acts, is through reading and learning something new and trying. You got to try. So this says, I'm going to read it out. Intimate love is a core need to be met in relation to ourselves and those closest to us. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. Who hasn't done that? I think I know what it's not. And this kind of ties in with the message before about, you know, picking people that are beneficial for you or light you up, or, you know, have passion in their lives, want more for their lives. You know, I met a friend recently, and, you know, and we're, not that age is a thing, but we're similar age, and she's got 2 children, and we just act like kids. We're like, I could just imagine us being, you know, kids playing together and just being naughty. We just like really naughty together. They're like, you know, we're fun and we're cheeky, and, you know, we just like having fun. And that just brings out like a spark and passion in me, because that's who I love being at the core. You know, I've got this side of me, I've got my other creative side of me, like graphic design or whatever, the video work, and, you know, dancing, and, you know, the fashion and stuff. But then I've got that comedian side, you know, of me as well. And as you guys probably would have noticed, me acting like a clown every now and then, you know, I incorporate all aspects into every piece of work that I do, right? Because that makes it me. And that's what you got to do too. So if you choose to do some public recording or speaking or Facebook Lives or whatever, put all of yourself in there. Don't hide sections of yourself, because that's hiding your shadow side. Don't hide that. That's what makes you you, and that is what ultimately will make you successful for being you. Because you're not going to be like, yes, I admire Rebecca Campbell, but, you know, we're different personalities at the end of the day. Yes, we both care. We're both here to help, you know, it sounds arrogant to say it. I'm hearing reshape the collective energy. But she's got a totally different personality, just me, you know. I'm a swear bear. I'm probably more bubbly, you know. There's just different aspects, right? So don't fake okay, I see high profile people with basically, you only see like a 2D version of them. Be more animated, because that's how people are going to relate to you more, by being you. That's how they will recognize you. And I think Rebecca said the same thing too. Like, you got to be yourself kind of thing, right? And she's like a beautiful Mother Mary energy, earth goddess. If you don't know Rebecca Campbell, like, check out her books. Like, she's amazing. I love her, you know. But how would I see, it's not about comparison, but, you know, I see her as, I don't know, how do people see me? How do you guys see me? I don't know, like, to me, I don't have a clue. I know some of my clients have said it's like, you know, when we do sessions, they're like, you're like you go to a girlfriend for like a good chat and a good healing and a, you know, self-reflection and some guidance, that kind of thing. But I don't know if I was to put myself in a box, which I don't feel like I can. I don't know how people would put me. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Okay, 3 of Cups in reverse. This is kind of like what I was just saying. It's like, you know, don't compare yourself. See, this is all the same girl. Like, don't compare yourself to the mask that people wear. Like, you're you, you're different, you're unique. Don't try and be like anyone else. Even if you admire me, don't try to be like me. If you are like me, that's great, you know. You do you, boo, but be your own unique self. And perhaps that's something that you can write down. It's like, what makes me me? You know, what do I love doing? You know, if you're serious, then be serious in your writing or your communications or your videos or whatever. We've got New Beginning, the Fool, and we've got Ace of Emotions. This is like ultimate fulfillment. Oh my God, an Ace of Inspiration. Okay, so there's like a big, goosebumps. Whew. There's like big energy coming your way. And look at this, like, it's all feminine. This is about, obviously, inspiration, but this is like a gift from the universe. There's breakthroughs at hand, even though we may feel like we're in this period of darkness, reflection, of nothing happening. We're in a period of homecoming. We're coming home to ourselves, to our real selves. And you're going to be given this gift of clarity, of like more of a firm footing to push yourself forward to where you want to go. But the thing is, you need to release that expectation, which is really hard, right? When someone's telling you, ooh, there's a new beginning around the corner. And this has been a long time coming. So I understand the frustration. And remember, to get out of this frustration is to focus on learning something new. And it's with the Ace of Emotions, which is Ace of Cups. It's going to bring you ultimate fulfillment, because you're going to see that the wheels turning, the cogs turning. It's like a gift after so much stagnation, of so much lessons being thrown your way, so many hard circumstances and repetitive patterns and cycles, and it's like, oh, this is the same person but in a different body. Like, you know, you've just been chucked all sorts until you decide to make a different decision, until you decide to do something different. That's when, I'm surprised the Wheel of Fortune isn't here. This is when we have this new beginning, you know, with the Fool card. When you leave all your baggage behind and go, oh, fuck it, I don't know, I'm just going to wander into this desert. I don't have any water, but I'm just going to like wing it and see where it takes me. I'm just going to go moment to moment. I'm going to piece things together piece by piece instead of just wanting the whole puzzle to be completed. I'm just going to be happy with, I've only got this corner filled, and, you know, whatever, I'll finish it when I freaking finish it. Like, you know, it is quite a gift. And, okay, I just keep hearing release expectations. Yeah, but, you know, how do you do that? Just keep focusing on your joy. Like, your purpose is to speak your truth in whatever way you need to. And just a lot of the feminines, I'm getting a lot of goosebumps, are really learning to retreat and pull back from crappy circumstances. Like honoring your body, honoring your wealth. I'm hearing you may give out too much of your finances to other people. You're saving stuff for yourself and learning how to retreat and treat yourself. Spiritual practices, again, are very beneficial at this time. Let's see how she's doing that. Remember to access expansive energy, which is cloud watching, which is nature watching, which is spending time alone, journaling, candle work, crystal baths, getting a facial, gentle exercises. But looky, some Australian cards, South, natural medicines. We know this is important. Like, I had such a, not very spiritual, but important nonetheless. Like, I have this under eye kind of like natural oil that I use before I put my concealer on. And I was thinking, oh, and I've run out, you know, this lady made me this crystal batch like so long ago. I probably should have not used it, but I did. Anyway, and I honestly believe it saved me from lots of wrinkles. It's been fantastic, crystal infused, you know, natural oils. I can't get a contact with her and I don't know who does it anymore. However, when I was driving home, I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And then my guides are like, just use coconut oil. I'm like, duh. Like, you know, and it's so much cheaper and it's natural. Like, you can use it on your skin. It's great for that if you have dry skin or if you're trying to prevent, let's just say, wrinkles. You know, just pop some on around this part here and it will save your life. But yeah, obviously alternative natural medicine, flower essences and things like that. This could be one of the areas that you need to learn or expand on, or incorporate more of into your life. This could be like a book that you want to get, just like, you know, working with flower essences or, you know, natural ones or botanicals, or I don't know because I haven't done it myself. This is kind of the message I'm getting. Look at a little fat kangaroo. Or is that a wallaby? Look at his belly. Ooh, the belly. So cute. I've always wanted to go to Ayers Rock. Okay, just for, because I know most of my audience is American, Australia is actually a really big place. I remember someone in America was like, I was like, oh, what do I want to do this weekend? And they're like, just take a drive to Ayers Rock. I'm like, that would be probably 2 flights and maybe like 15-hour, you know, flight thing. Um, it's not close, guys. I'm in Western Australia, and you could fit Europe in Western Australia, I don't know how many times, like a ridiculous amount of times. WA is massive. But you know, Ayers Rock, which the picture at the top there, which is actually central north in Australia, like, oh my God, I do feel called to go there. I've never been there. That is such a spiritual apex. It was funny, I actually read something recently where I think it was someone else in Australia was writing about it, and she was talking about it being like light codes were activating there. And yeah, I was getting that message strong too. Like, I would love to go, if only it was like easier to get to, because it's quite remote and we don't have that many. I honestly, because I don't watch the news and stuff, I don't know if flights are allowed there now. Western Australia we've had no problems, like, because I've controlled the Rona quite quickly, you know, so we don't have issues, I think, as the East Coast does. But obviously I don't watch news and stuff, so I don't really know what's going on, but I think they're opening the borders soon. But yeah, some of you might actually feel called to go to Ayers Rock. I do feel like there needs to be a lot of people that need to go there to activate some energy and some light codes. Like, oh, I keep getting so many goosebumps, this confirmation. We can do it even by tapping into the energy of Ayers Rock. There's so much information in hills and mountains, and I just keep hearing apex, apex, apex. There's a lot more information that wants to come from Ayers Rock. I could go on forever, guys, but I won't. So thank you so much for joining me. Hope you've been well. I've missed you all, and I've missed doing videos, but I've needed, you know, my rest and relaxation, and I, you know, needed to listen to my guides and stuff. So there's a lot we're transmuting still. Have an awesome awesome time. Not sure when I'll get back to doing some videos. I'm just going with the flow, the whole divine feminine energy, and just seeing where the universe wants to take me, and just looking after me, you know, which is part of that receptive divine feminine energy. So I hope you guys are doing the same and looking after you and putting you first and making choices that are more beneficial for you in the now, because that's all we have, right? And it will flow into, you know, a new future. I think I was reading something or listening to something recently. There's you know, this happens all the time. We have, you know, every time we make a choice, we're on a new timeline, right? And there's another version of us playing out the other choices that we've made. And it just, you know, it's just this massive web. It just keeps going on and on and on and on. But every now and then we have, is it the shaman resonance? You know, when they register those big energy waves or whatever they do. Like, it's quite noticeable. You know, that's like a timeline creation. That's like a big bang. And that's when there's like a higher vibrational timeline that we've expanded into, and you're not always going to feel it. Some of you will, because some of us have those gifts. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I just don't. Like, it's just so random. But I feel like this, you know, I'm just hearing it's not a glitch, it's not a blip. So some of you might have these. Okay, so when you're walking into this new timeline or heading into this new timeline or in this new timeline, you're going to have instances of, you know, if you're at work and you thought your friend walked into the kitchen, but then they come back out the other way and you're like, I thought I just saw you go into the kitchen. That's going to be an indication that you've hopped onto that higher vibrational trajectory. You know, it's going to be something where you stop and you're like, wait, or, you know, this wasn't on the table here and now it's on the table. It's going to be things that feel out of place or don't make sense. And that's how you know you're going to be into a higher vibrational timeline. Just keep going you know, follow the advice that I channel for this video to hop into out of chaotic energy, basically, and more into yourself. Remember, this is the goddess homecoming. We want to build your confidence. We want to see you public speaking or communicating or writing. And please, if you do choose to, don't be afraid of numbers, because, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is what it is, you know. I think we get, you know, and myself included in the beginning, like I worked really, really, really hard to spread my posts and my messages to reach more people, but just please know that it will happen when it needs to happen. You could automatically write something or post something and it takes off like crazy, but it might build slowly over time, and Spirit just wants you to know it's not a numbers game, it's a message game. It's not a game, but, you know, it's about the message that you're giving that is going to people that need to hear it is more of a priority. Even if it's 50 people, that's a priority. Like, those 50 people are very important. They need to hear your message. Okay, so everything else will happen as long as you're out of that restrictive energy of that, no, I want to control it, and I want this, I want more, and da-da-da. Take the focus away from that ego voice that's telling you want more, be more in a demanding way, and just be the more. Just go, okay, if you want to do a reading, I've never done a reading before. Here's a card, key to intimacy. How the F do I read this? I'm just going to look at the picture and I'm going to tell you what I'm feeling, or I'm going to run off the message, or I'm getting a totally different message to this. I don't know what's coming in now, but it's the first thought I've had and I'm just going to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Please do. I hate to be bossy, but I feel like I really can be. I really can be. You need to speak up. And on that note, my voice is crackly, so I'm going to turn it off. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like, share and subscribe and hit the bell so you get your notifications. I'm not really posting on Facebook too much at the moment, but I still do Instagram posts because the energy is a lot healthier on there. So check out my posts that I do every now and then on there. And hopefully I'll catch you soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye.